It's a light, it's a real shit feels, shit get real. Yo, some songs don't just get heard, they actually stay. They haunt the room after the speakers go silent. Four notes and suddenly you're 14 again. You're in the backseat of somebody's car, late night train ride, first heartbreak, first time you felt understood by music. And that's not an accident. That's not luck. That's design. The reason certain melodies outlive their moment is because they're engineered to lodge inside memory the way a splinter lodges under skin. You can't ignore it. You can't remove it by force. It only comes out on its own terms. And virality gets attention. Memory creates immortality though. So today I want to show you the architecture behind immortality. Most music released today is optimized for reaction and remembrance. Algorithm rewards immediate stimulation. A short intro, a louder hook, faster dopamine, more repetition, less patience. Right? The economics of a platform built on 30-second engagement windows shape what gets made, how it's structured, and what gets promoted. And it works for the first 15 seconds. The problem is that a song optimized for the first 15 seconds can still die in 15 days, because the brain doesn't remember perfection, it remembers friction. Researchers studying involuntary musical imagery, which is the scientific term for earworms, found that roughly 98% of people experience them. The songs that become earworms share a specific structure. James Calaris at the University of Cincinnati described it as a cognitive itch, a melodic gap that the brain feels compelled to fill by replaying the sequence. The brain doesn't replay the song because it was pleasant. It replays it because something in the melody was left unresolved. That awkward vocal crack, that unresolved chord, that slightly off rhythm that your body registered before your mind did. You know, that emotional tension you feel but you can't fully explain. These aren't flaws, these are the mechanisms. This is why some records sound too polished to survive. Everything is sanded down until there's nothing left for the brain to grip. The song is technically perfect and emotionally frictionless. Frictionless things rarely feel sacred. The industry confuses accessibility with permanence. Classics are rarely clean. Classics scar you a little bit. So here's what we actually know about what makes a melody stick. Daniel Levitin's research on musical memory at McGill University found that the brain remembers melodic contour, the shape of a melody, its movement up and down, before it remembers specific pitches. So you might not be able to sing a song in the right key 6 months later, but your brain has held the shape of it, the arc, the rising and the collapse of it. This is why you can have a melody years after you've forgotten the words, the key, and the artist's name. The contour is the primary memory anchor. So across different studies of different populations, certain melodic structures were consistently easier to remember. And memorability has structure. It's not random. The human brain is pattern seeking. It loves repetition. But what it loves even more is uninterrupted repetition. So the pattern that almost does what you expect, but then it does not. Like MF Doom's rhyme schemes. We're talking about melodies, but let's just bring MF Doom. MF Doom would constantly start up a rhyme scheme, make you think that he's going to finish it a certain way, and then completely change it. And that's what made people love his rhyme schemes. But something too predictable, the brain stops paying attention. Too chaotic, and the brain rejects it as noise. Modern music lives in the tension between expectation and disruption. That's why a great hook feels inevitable after you hear it. It always existed. The brain was waiting for permission to remember it. So syncopation in hip hop does this structurally. So a kick drum on an unexpected beat, a vocal phrase that starts half a count before the bar, an 808 that drops a beat late. The brain is tracking the pattern breaks, and the brain locks in. Not to remember the pattern, but to resolve that interruption. So that cognitive itch is the mechanism. The song gets replayed not because it was great, but because it was unfinished in a specific way. So 5 structural elements behind memorability, not tricks. Architecture. Here we go. Repetition with variation. Not exact looping, but evolution. The brain needs familiarity as an anchor. but tiny changes in each repetition, the pattern becoming visible through overexposure. The hook that changes one word between the first and second chorus. The melody that shifts a half step in the bridge. These variations are the difference between earworm and wallpaper. Melodic contour. Your brain remembers shape before detail. Design the emotional movement, up, down, rise, collapse, before you worry about specific notes or production choices. The shape is what survives the years. Unresolved tension. The greatest melodies leave emotional gravity hanging in the air. The Marvin Gaye principle. The note he doesn't sing is as important as the one he does. That unfinished feeling forces replay. The brain is completing the pattern you left open. So rhythmic predictability with one interruption. The interruption is the fingerprint. One delayed snare. One pause where the beat should be. One stretched syllable. That deviation from expectation becomes the moment of recognition. It's the sonic equivalent of a person's specific laugh. Unremarkable until it makes the person instantly identifiable. And then lastly, we have conversational phrasing. The best hooks feel spoken, not performed. Like the artist is thinking out loud, right next to you, not broadcasting from a stage far away. That intimacy makes the brain internalize the melody as memory rather than entertainment. And you don't remember a performance, you remember a conversation. So this is why the dark Connecticut sound is built the way it is. Dark Connecticut sound in my music specifically. That's why I built it the way I did. Because of the muffled kicks, cold minor key loops, the emotional heaviness that some people describe as unfinished. It's not an aesthetic choice made because it sounds cool. It's a structural choice that creates an imprint, and I hope to put that imprint out into the world with the music and all the content that I make. Bridgeport has always sounded like what it is. A city that built weapons for 2 world wars and got paid factory wages. A city of labor, late nights, resilience, and a particular defiance of people who kept building in a place that the world stopped paying attention to. So that emotional texture, the survival, the resistance, the hope that costs something to maintain, is the friction that makes the dark Connecticut sound stick. So you don't hear it and forget it. You not hear my music and forget it. Hear it and feel something you can't immediately name. That unnamed feeling is what brings listeners back. So I hope to bring you guys back along for the ride. A polished algorithm music disappears quickly because it sounds optimized things don't haunt you. They serve you and then just move on. It's like fast food. They said Drake is the fast food of the industry. But hey, that you're doing them numbers, and some of his music has lasted longer than most people, so can't really say that about him. My dark Connecticut sound is designed to haunt you. Being dead ass. Virality is rented. Memory is owned. I always keep saying this. Virality is rented. Nobody owns virality. Artists who become immortal understand something most creators never will. That people don't replay perfect songs. They replay emotionally unresolved ones. And that's why classics echo across decades. Not because they were optimized, because they were human enough to leave something unfinished. So drop the one song that never left your head. In the comments, let me know. It's that one song. The one your brain refused to let go of over the years. Because that record probably contains the blueprint that I'm talking about. I'm Kai from Bridgeport. This is the Immortal Blueprint. You know what it is. Till next time.